Here are some warning signs that people ignore with their dryer vent, or the fact that you have a problem, not just specifically with the vent. Clothes taking longer to dry. If it used to take you 40 minutes to do an average load and now it takes an hour and 30, we got a problem. Check the dryer vent first. The dryer feels unusually hot to the touch. If you go up to it and you can't hardly touch it, you got a problem. You need to shut that thing down before it gets any worse. A burnt smell during or after drying. Hello, burnt is not good. So that's just an indication of something going on. If your head is pounding and you have a massive headache, that's a sign you got something wrong. Same with your dryer. If it's hot, if it smells, if it has a burnt odor to it, you got a problem. Visible lint around the exterior vent hood. So if you go outside where it exits and you got lint out there, well, probably it's clogged throughout the whole vent and it's just starting to accumulate out there. In other words, the lint won't even stay in anymore. It just blows right out. The flapper on the exterior vent is not opening. So there's various kinds of vent flaps. You have the louvered ones, which are probably the most common. Then you have maybe just a round one that's one big flap. And those are basically the only two types you see. The big flap tends to get lint caught behind the hinge point on it, propping it open a little bit. And what that does is really is an avenue for birds and whatnot to get in there and create nesting material. We've had this issue at least twice with our home, and it's in front of a big old, some kind of evergreen shrub right in front of the vent. And birds hang out in there, and then in the winter, I guess they get lazy. They want warmth. They pop in there, create their nest. Next thing you know, it takes an hour and a half to dry our load. So you have to be very diligent about bird nesting in your vent. Now, some folks you'll create a box around it of wire mesh to keep birds out. There's pros and cons to that. It'll keep birds out, but it also restricts airflow. And it may help clog the end up quicker. And if it clogs the end up, it's effectively like having a bird in there. So just keep it clean is all I'm saying. You can get a combination of moisture, snow, and lint and ice. And next thing you know, you just got a big old lint sickle on the outside of your vent and stopping the airflow. So humidity buildup in the laundry room. This is going to make your dryer work harder. Remember, that dryer is sensing how dry these clothes are. And so if you have a lot of humidity in that room, it affects that sensor. The dryer's going to say, oh, I got to keep going, and can create a bigger problem. So, and then just simply excess lint inside the dryer filter. You should, and I'll repeat this, you should clean the lint filter between every single load. Remember I said the lint was flammable, right? Why would you leave that in there when you know it's flammable and you're starting a new load? So get that lint out of here.